Hey team, welcome back to the channel, man. Stoked to see you. So we're going to be looking at a news article coming in today from the New York Post. This was published on 7 September. I'm going to quote it. So a lot of things you're going to hear me say are my quoting the news article, not necessarily. And none of this is official. It's not my official words or certainly not the DoD's official words. I am looking for your comments and thoughts down below, and I'll try to share some of my own thoughts as well, but let's get into this. And this is, man, U.S. troops rage at their leaders will grow unless there is deep reform. So this goes in, coming off the heels, getting out of Afghanistan, and talks about civilians' leadership, the military civilian leadership being corrupt and incompetent. I'm quoting here. The brass commands respect neither among the citizenry nor the forces it commands. Mid-level officers are in a rage, a dangerous phenomenon that in many other nations triggers insurrections and coups. So I'm going to pause there. I have no doubt that we will not see a coup, right? No doubt, nor an insurrection. We haven't seen one yet, and I don't think we're going to see one in the future. But there is obviously a lot of there's a lot of emotion out there now. To be honest with you, like on a day-to-day basis, as frustrated as I get from time to time, like I got 138 dudes in my charge, man. I can't focus on the big things. Like I got to focus on what's right in front of me. I have to focus on what's on my plate. And what's on my plate is 138 guys and gals, all these soldiers who need purpose, direction, motivation to accomplish the mission and improve the organization, right? I mean, that's if you know what I just defined, leave a comment down below. That's what I have to do, right? So I don't have time to think too much about stuff. Moving on, talks about talking about President Biden's ratings as relates to Afghanistan being more than half of Americans rating it as poor. Again, if you have a thought about how we left Afghanistan, leave it down in the comments, and I will respond back to you. Talking about the Taliban and Chinese mocking us. Of course, we've seen the Chinese looking at sending an embassy in Afghanistan. Meanwhile, the officers who, I'm quoting again, meanwhile, the officers who actually do things are furious. A series of encrypted messages leaked to the media shows officers on the ground in Kabul blasting their orders, complaining that they are forced to leave Americans behind. We are effing abandoning American citizens, wrote a colonel with the 82nd Detachment there. Regular troops were reportedly apologetic that they were not allowed to go rescue U.S. citizens as British and French forces did. As the debacle unfolds, the field and company-grade officers, captains through colonels, are complaining about a double standard in military management. If they screw up even a little bit, their careers are over. But when generals screw up, there are no consequences, even when lives or billions of dollars are wasted. Then they are to retire fat contractor paychecks. End quote. So, I mean, I have seen folks be held accountable and not retire, but I think generally speaking, from my observation, that is a true statement, that when you're over the 20-year mark and you had a bad day and you get relieved, like you just go work some staff somewhere and then you early retire and you go pull up the White Sox and the Crocs and mow your grass or whatever. And more often than not, if you're not at that 20-year mark, like you're going to lose your pension. And I've seen officers get out early. We're talking about lieutenants, captains. I don't know that I've seen any majors or colonels get sent home, but and that should tell you something a little bit there. Let's keep going. So we're talking about. This is against a quote, again, this is against the background of endless loose talk by our high political leaders about coups, insurrections, and sedition. And then, end quote, and I'm going to summarize here. It's talking about Capitol riot. Didn't rise to the level, but in a show of insecurity, the Capitol was ringed by 25,000 troops, quoting there, several times as many as were sent to rescue Americans from Kabul. Moving on. Where's he at? Quoting again here again, Marine Lieutenant Colonel Stuart Scheller resigned his commission after Kabul and demand accountability from his superiors. He couldn't stay, he said, because he lost trust and confidence in them. His words have been echoed publicly and privately by many others of similar rank, and the author says that he received an email from several generals making the same points, end quote. So again, and I'm sure you've seen the colonel's videos, and I don't think that he in his first video, I didn't think it was all that bad, except, he was obviously posting, in uniform, so he's making a bold statement. And I'm not sure that the whole FN system needs to come down, because I think there's a lot of good dudes out there. But I understand where people are coming from, that based off of their experience, they have seen and witnessed things that they don't understand. What I would say is that what we have a tendency to do is live with some form of myopia, right? When you're a junior enlisted and you look at your NCOs and you say that they suck, and then you become an NCO and your soldiers say that you suck, right? There's a sense of this myopic vision that we have that says that what I see is truth and reality. We almost have to be careful, right? Does this make sense? You almost have to be careful not to fall for the same trap that you're complaining about. And at the same time, like looking around and looking within and saying, am I doing the right thing? Am I saying the right thing? Or am I just speaking to be heard? Do I have the wisdom, the experience, and the knowledge to advocate for what my emotions are? Am I leading out of emotion? Or am I leading out of myself out of logic and reason? A lot of thoughts in these things, and man, I get it that there's a lot of us out there who are have a lot of intense emotions about, and because we're passionate about what we do, and we're passionate about this nation, we're passionate about where we want to go. So again, man, leave some comments. We will keep the conversation rolling. You leave a comment down below, man. I'm responding back to you. I appreciate all you guys, man. You stay out there, you keep grinding, and you stay stoked.